Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Macomb High School as for the first time in 2025 under the direction of Hillary Humes and crew, the Bombers are at home to play volleyball tonight here at the hangar, and it is Monmouth-Roseville in the house to start things off. There's an attack and a kill for Monmouth-Roseville. Number 5 is Ellie Braun at getting the kill. Hey, you need to zoom in so you're getting the 10-foot line and the offensive side. And another point makes it 2-0, makes it 3-0 after the ace. We'll get the scoreboard caught up in just a second here. And a set, middle on the attack. Number 14 is Mallory Cruzat. Bumped over on the free ball outside. Attack is long and out of play. Oof. Oh, they called in the net. And in the net, the attack by the Bombers, number 11, was Reva Copen. And a side out for the Bombers. And the Bombers return the in the net favor. And another side out back to the Titans. Try to get you who the server is for the Titans here. Can't see the number. Set, middle, tipped across. Dug up by Kokel for the Titans. Now it's going to be pushed across, and another kill for Ellie Braun. If that's Ellie or L, one or the other. It's kind of hard to tell in this day and age, with spelling is one thing and pronunciation is another. To the net, tipped across and down. A little campfire defense for Monmouth-Roseville right there, using what she was given, a tip kill for the setter, Emily Westerhold. Nope, sorry, varsity. Brooklyn Lyles, the setter, the sophomore, gets the kill. Going back to serve for the Bombers, number 11 is Reva Copen.
It was like Lyles had eyes in the back of her head. Just perfect placement on that tip.
And an ace right there for Copen. Another serve. It's to the net, dug out, and hits the foul pole. So it is out of bounds. Bombers cut the lead to 1 at 5-4, and another ace by Copen, and we're tied at 5. Both teams having some problems with serve receive right now. Nice low serve again. More trouble as Coach Horrell nearly got in the way of that one, but he stopped just in time. Lyles sets outside and down the line. A nice hit and a nice kill for the Bombers. Looks to be number 8, Josie Elby, with the kill for Macomb, and we have a 6-5 lead for the Bombers. As my touchpad got a little carried away there, folks. I apologize. And a block. Called a block at the net by Clarissa Thompson. And the Bombers now up by 2 at 7-5. And a much-needed side out for Monmouth-Roseville as they cut the lead back to 7-6. Going back to serve for Monmouth-Roseville. Going to be number 7, Shay Kokel. If she is the setter, she's a sophomore. Let serve and an ace as it drops down in front of a diving Brixley Ladewa. And we're tied at 7. And that one goes off Ladewa's arms, out of bounds. Another ace. 2 aces in a row for Kokel. And Monmouth-Roseville retakes the lead. And Thompson with the kill. And a side out for the Bombers to get them back on the serve and retake the lead by 1, or tie it, at 8-8. Jump serve, and it's long by Lyles, out of bounds, side out on the service error, back to Monrose, and going back to serve for the aforementioned Monrose. Looks to be number 9, that is Haleen Hernandez. Serving it up. It'll be a free ball. Does go across to the net. An overpass. And down it goes again. Looks like it's the Bombers. And that's number 6, Clarissa Thompson, having a good game at the net. And the Bombers back to serve again with the score tied. Josie Elby back to serve now. There's an overpass, and down it goes, and in the net, though. The Bombers were in the net. I believe it was Thompson they're calling in the net. Could have very well been both of them, however. Side out, and the lead back to Monrose. Thompson with the kill. She'll leave. Libero back to serve now for the Bombers. Number 2, Miley Lovell. Lovell's serve is trouble. They will get a free ball chance to get it across, but didn't get enough air under it. Bombers retake the lead 11-10.
Dwayne, this is the 3rd night of volleyball straight, and the last 2 nights, JV games have been back and forth, and I think we're going to see the same thing here tonight.
Yeah, it's been kind of a theme with the JV contest so far this year. There's an ace for Lovell as she tries to prove us both wrong and opens a 2-point lead for the Bombers. Some new paints, the welcome to Bomber Country in the ends of the gym. The Macomb Bombers logo still up top. Tipped across. Back set. Tipped down the line. It's dug up on the far side. It's going to come middle this time. And over and down. A little soft tip and kill for number 14. That is Mallory Corzat. And a side out for Monrose. Back serving for Monrose, number 4, Leslie Ragoza. Tipped across, dug up, put back across to the free ball. Lyle's going to set middle, dug up in the back row. An overpass tipped right down, dug back up. Now Lyle's going to set it again. This time it's going to go outside. Oh, goodness gracious. I think that really was out, folks, but pretty hilarious that their coach is sitting right there being a line judge.
And the Macomb crowd, they weren't very happy about the call either, but that's just a part of the game.
Yeah, I think it really was out, but there's a tip at the net, blocked across. Corzat again on the attack. Lyles back set near side from the left, or from the right, excuse me. And attack for the Bombers by Kinley Sloan goes into the nets. And Monroe's back to a 1-point lead at 13-12. Still serving back there for Monroe's is Ragoza. Ragoza now the setter. Corzat on the attack. Dug up in the back row. Lyles going to set backside to Kinley Sloan again. Dug up. Now it's going to go to the net. Corzat's going to tip it across. Over the net. Pushed right back across. Tip. They're going to have to go across this time. Kinley Sloan tries to get there. Man, somebody was in the net, though. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Monroe's was in the net.
Yes,
no call.
were.
But they might have said the ball was down before the in the net call. So Monroe's getting a little lucky right there. They were very close to getting into the net, celebrating. Sloan again on the attack, dug up in the back row, and another pass going awry for the libero, Neilani Santos. And the Bombers get a much-needed side out. They trail by 1, 14-13. Back to serve. Can't see the number.
Number
Corzat.
14.
Corzat serves that one deep on the attack, and we're tied at 14. It's 14-14. That hit was out of bounds by number 14, and serving for the Bombers is number 14, Kate Rector. A lot of 14s going on right now.
It was.
Tipped across. Outside, not a good set into the net. And I was going to say it didn't get across, didn't get touched. That's a side out, 4 hits, and it's 15-14. Coming in for Monroe's number 9, that is Haleen Hernandez. Going back to serve is the libero, wearing 0, Neilani Santos. Her team up by 1. The jump serve, a nice jump serve. It goes up, hits the backboard. Rector sends it on a hittable bump set, amazingly enough. Corzat drives it home over the block of Ladewa, and it is 16-14. And Santos gets an ace that time, and a timeout on the floor going to be charged to the Bombers. We'll take one as well. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
And welcome back here to Macomb High School. 17-14 the score, set number 1 of the JV contest. Thanks for joining us on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports. Monmouth-Roseville in the house to take on the Bombers in the Bombers' first appearance at the high school. They had the tournament, of course, and there's a service error to come out of the timeout, gets the serve back to the Bombers. They did have their tournament at Brophy Hall earlier this year, but this is the first true home match that they've played for the Bombers. Back to serve for Macomb High, number 15, Brixley Ladewa. Dug by Corzat, an overpass, and a great job of going up and knocking that one down by Reva Copen. And it's 17-16 Monroe's now. Ladewa going back to serve it up again. Copen. And if you're in the live chat, or you can get in the live chat, I feel like Copen is not the correct pronunciation for that. For Reva's last name, if you can want to hop in there and let me know if I'm saying it right or not. Corzat serving outside on the attack and on the kill for the Bombers. It is number 8, Josie Elby. And just like that, the Bombers get to serve back, still trailing by 1 again, 18-17. Riva going back to serve now. There's Thompson back in the front row. An overpass. Thompson nails it back down. Overpasses will hurt, and a timeout charge to Monrose. It's their first timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Macomb High School. And welcome you to the high school for the first time this year. We're happy to be here once again, bringing you Macomb High sports here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Welcome back to serve it up one more time. And a little communications issue out of the timeout. And Brandon, it doesn't matter what sport you're playing. If you come out of a timeout, you definitely do not want to have a communication issue, and it results in an ace.
Absolutely not. You got to have that fire coming out of the timeout, just like the Lady Bombers did. And
into the net it goes on the attempt by Lyles. And it's going to be a side out. Back to Monrose, tied at 19, as this one has been relatively close throughout. The Titans opened about a 3 or 4 point lead early, and then there's an ace right there to give them the lead back at 20-19. They opened a lead early, and then the Bombers took that same 2 to 3 point lead back, and then suddenly it's just been back and forth here recently. Serving is number 7, Shea Kokel. Her team up by 1 for Monrose. There's an overpass. Corzat digs it up. Kokel sets it middle, and down it goes on the block. They may give her a block to Clarissa Thompson. I don't know that ever made it over the net, in all honesty, but subs coming in for the Bombers. See what number that is. Might be Kinley Sloan back in the front row. And there's a service error. So back to a 1 point lead and another serve for the Titans. Drops it short. Lyles to the net. A jousting match, and Lyles wins it with the starting left as we're for the Titans. Tied at 21 now. Going back to serve is number 8, Josie Elby, I do believe. And an ace. Bombers lead by 1. And another timeout taken by Monrose as the coaching staff trying to give a little simple set or bump technique demonstrations right there as we're in the timeout. This game being brought to you tonight here on TSSR Game Time Live by McDonough District Hospital. Their athletic trainers, MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to all area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at MDH.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. Also, helping to bring you this contest, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. So with a 1-point lead after the timeout, the Bombers and Elby go back to serve one more time as we get ready to go here. A back row attack set, but nobody there to take it. Here comes middle to Thompson. She throws that one down almost literally. There's a bump set to the back row again. Santos is going to send it deep. It's going to be tracked down by Elby, and a free ball is going to go across and out of bounds as Lyles and Lovell fight over it a little bit, and we're tied at 22. Short serve, Lovell's there. Lyles sets middle, and it's going to go off the arms, and it looks like number 9, Kinley Sloan, gets the kill. And right back to the Bombers it goes. Miley Lovell going back to serve now, the sophomore. 23-22. Have to win by 2, of course. We could go on all night like this, and that's a long serve out of bounds, and we're tied at 23. I don't want to win, and you can't make me.
Nope, and we could end up seeing what Wyatt Green likes to say, extra volleyball, meaning if you don't win by 2 after hitting 25, you just keep on going until you win by 2.
Now a timeout by the Bombers as Corzat got the overpass kill, and it's 24-23, the lead for the Titans now. As this game being brought to you. What's up, buddy? Are you working hard? Somebody has to. Might as well be you. Yeah, we're streaming. You want to hop on with us? Well, go ahead. Have at it.
Making my job easier.
Yeah.
That over there.
You just sit down here if you want to and have some fun with the camera. You know how to, hey, do you know anything about volleyball? I mean, you do football or you do basketball all the time. And are you sure you can handle volleyball? It moves pretty quick, you know.
I know. I'm pretty quick.
Oh, goodness. Here we go. Set point. Copen's going to say not. As Wyatt likes to say, we got extra volleyball. We're tied at 24. Got to win by 2 as the Bombers get the serve back. So they've fought off 1 set points. Rector going back to serve now, I do believe. Yeah, it is number 14. She serves it deep. Nice pass in the middle. It's going to be Corzat tipping it across. They dig it up. Lyles comes to get it. Outside Copen into the nets, and it's another set point coming for the Titans, leading 25-24. As we get ready to go here, Santos to serve it up. And we set middle to Corzat. She tips it across. Lyles takes it. They're out of system. Outside Copen, dug up by Santos. Hit across. It's an overpass. Tipped across. Hit right back. Set middle Corzat off the net, but she gets the nice attack. It's dug by Lovell. Outside it goes to Copen. Tipped across and down it goes. We're tied at 25. Just zoom out a little bit so that the ball stays in the frame. Essentially, if you get the 10-foot line in that half, whatever side they're on. Ladewa back to serve. Outside Corzat tipping it. It's dug up. Bombers are going to have a chance to keep it alive. Sent across by Rector. To the net. Punched across. Levels there. Lyles tips it across, and the Bombers have their first set point. 26-25.
Lyles has made some really, really smart, bright plays here in this contest thus far.
So Ladewa back to serve it up again. Her team up by 1, 26-25. Their first set point. Off of Corzette. It's going to be saved. A chance to get it across. They will. Here's Lovell. Right, a nice pass to Lyles. Back set on a slide and a kill. The Bombers get the 27-25 set 1 win in the JV contest. Big game for the Bombers, coming from behind, fighting off a pair of set points to get a win, 27-25. We'll take a break. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
The KitchenAid fan-enabled Pro Dry system combines a heating element and fan for optimal drying performance. It circulates hot air around dishes to give them a thorough dry. Choose the extended Pro Dry option to add an extra 15 minutes of heated drying for loads that need it. Dishes come out dry and sparkling, ready for more enjoying.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing how, getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
And welcome back. Game number 2 getting ready to get underway. Bombers win set 1. You can tell I'm old. I call them games still. And Ladewa is going to try to pick up where she left off, but they got a chance. Santos can't get to it. Did a nice job of trying to get there. She hustled over, but couldn't get enough on it, and that is pretty understandable because that was going to be a long, long backwards bump to get it across the net.
Still, Santos did some really good work ethic, worked hard to try to get it over, but just couldn't get the job done.
Santos, nice pass there. It's pushed across, dug up by Lovell. Middle it goes to Copen. Tipped up, down, and Corzette's like, I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to catch it and keep moving. Bombers up 2-0, and this is like deja vu all over again, only reversed because the Bombers fell behind early in set 1 and came back to win. We'll see if they can hold on this time. Corzette, middle on the bump set, into the nets and down. And I'll tell you what, that very easily could have been a net violation for the Bombers. They were up and into the net, but I think the ball pushed it there. 3-0 the score. Bombers with the lead. Ladewa back serving still on the opening serve of set number 2. Bombers up 1-0. He fought off 2 set points, and that one goes over, and I don't know if Copen touched that or not.
I'm sitting here trying to figure it out as well.
She attempted to, but they called it down either way, and it fell on the ground. Checking in for Monmouth-Roseville, number 3, Danica Lambert. She's replacing El Braun. Ladewa still back to serve for Macomb. Bombers up 4-0. And now they're going to have some communications with the new player coming into the game. They're going to get a free ball across, but it's going to be out of bounds, and it's 5-0. Monrose, you have to think, will settle down here, Brandon. They played a very good first game as Leslie Ragoza is the setter now. And that was very close. Santos there, Ragoza. And off the net and down the lefty, number 7, Shea Kokel. driving that one into the net, and it bounced across the net and down, and a huge side out for Monrose.
And just like that, Monrose ends up getting a point up on the board after you said that, and I was about ready to say, do not count them out.
Santos serve on a big attack and a bigger block by Corzat. What a block up front for Mallory Corzat, the sophomore, getting a big block there. Santos back to serve, trying to close the gap. It's 5-2, and now Rector and Ladewa having some conversations about whose ball that should have been. Looked like it should have been Rector's all the way, but there was a call, communications issues. Santos now serving it up again. Lovell goes down to get that one. That was a nice dig. Outside, tipped across, dug up. Elby's there again on a dig. Tipped across by Lyle Corzat. Corzat's going to tip that one across. It's dug up and pushed across. And that could have been a carry. That's not going to get across, unfortunately, for Monrose. A lot of good hustle there from both sides trying to keep the ball alive, but it ends up going for naught if you're from the Monmouth-Roseville side. And a point, for Copen, as the Bombers open the lead back up to 4 at 7-4. Copen serve, comes up short. Santos is there. Tipped across, Ladewa. Lyle from the back row comes Copen, dug by Santos. Nice pass up to the net. Corzat is blocked by Thompson. Right back they go to her again. Blocked again by Thompson. And it's another point for the Bombers, 8-3. And Clarissa Thompson has been playing very, very well up front for the Bombers here in this JV set.
Thompson just all over the net and just a stonewall for the Bombers.
Free ball sent across. Ladewa. And they're going to call in the net on Lyle. And a side out. Down 4 after the side out. Corzat going back to serve. So now the Bombers have who has been thus far the best back row player or front row player for the Titans in the back row, but she says, I can do more than just hit the ball at the front and block. I can also serve the ball. She gets an ace right there, 8-5. The score does Mallory Corzat. Ladewa. Lyles outside. Thompson blocked, dug up into the net and down. Clarissa Thompson gets another kill. Sloan coming back in. Also coming in, I believe, for the first time is number 18, Aniston Lovell. Aniston Lovell is a freshman. And a big jump serve coming here. And over, nope, to the net. Dug out. And not going to get it across, though. Bombers lead up to 5, their largest lead of the match. 10-5 the score. Trouble on the serve receive. It's going to be a free ball by Corzat. It's going to drop short. Thompson is there. Lyles, Thompson, down in the corner. Another kill for Clarissa Thompson. A sports corner kill. And a timeout on the floor going to be charged to the Monmouth-Roseville Titans. So the Titans, who controlled much of set number 1, not having that kind of luck here in set number 2. This game being brought to you tonight by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. in Macomb on East Jackson Street. Stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ronelby.com to check out their inventory. Also brought to you tonight by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Don't forget, it's Wednesday night. It's Wing Night.
Yep, it
Wing
is.
Night at $1 wings at Sports Corner at 124 right now tonight. So hop up there. You could probably, unfortunately, have to listen to me there too, but you would get to watch the game and enjoy some of the best, biggest wings you're ever going to get at Sports Corner at 124. That's 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Sports Corner at 124. A let serve is dug up. Thompson sends one right back over. There's an attack to the net, and that should have been a double hit probably.
Yeah.
They called a touch, actually. That's why they didn't call the double hit. They called a touch by the Titans. Now a bump set going to come from Level. Outside, it's Elby on the attack, dug by Corzat. Now it's going to be on the middle and attacked by, I think it was number 5, Braun, and that's going to be a hit out of bounds by Sloan and a side out and point for the Titans. Back to serve going to be number 7, Shea Kokel, and that time the timeout worked for Monmouth-Roseville. They come out and they get the side out. Kokel serve, dug by Level. Not a good pass, though. Thompson going to hit it down, dug up by Santos. A bump set coming across by Braun, and they're going to get the point. Man, that was a really low, fast free ball that came across from Braun.
As you mentioned, they just came out of a timeout and they scored, and I believe that's the first time, because after timeouts, the Titans have been struggling after coming back after the timeout. This time they were successful.
And to get another ace right there as the high serve kind of ate up Elby a little bit. Trying to decide if she wanted to get it high or low. Lyle in the back row, and Level's there. Lyle tracks it down. It's going to be a free ball sent across by Elby as she gets all the way back to the left side. Back row attack coming from Corzat, and it's in. That's a big-time attack from the back row for Corzat, and just like that, they've got 11. I've got 12 on the scoreboard. I apologize. It's 11-9.
And the Bombers were up 5-0 early in this set.
And a let serve and ace. Make it 11-10. Another attack, and if it wasn't touched, it's long. It is, and we're tied at 11. There's a lot of people here tonight.
There is.
Good crowd on the far side, a good crowd on the near side, too, here tonight for Bomber Volleyball. Oh, good job by Thompson to track it down, and the Bombers get it across. Corzat is there. It's tipped across. Level goes down to get it. Lyles, back set Sloan. Tipped down the line and out of bounds.
LB was upset about it going out of bounds, but very good work ethic, very good try, just wasn't successful.
The thought was there, just a little too far to the right. Kokel's serve that time into the net, and the side out brings it back to 12-12 here in set number 2. And while it looked like for a split second, we were going to have a little bit more of a runaway here in set number 2. It's turned into a close game. Elby back to serve, serves it up. Bump set, comes out and into the net. That was not blocked. That's a hitting error. And on the attack from Leslie Ragoza, who is a setter when she's in the back row. She's the left side hitter, at least on serve receive. Elby back to serve it up again, and she's got her team back to a 1-point lead. Kokel's going to do a back set for Corzat, but ended up being a free ball from Santos. Tipped down the line into the net and down. Ladewa gets the kill. 14-12, Bombers back up by 2. Elby serve. Short and overpass. Elby's there. Lyles outside. Sloan dug up. Kokel a bump set. Corzat. No, it's going to be Bronson and a free ball cross. Right back with an overpass. Now back it comes to Corzat for a back row attack. It's dug up. Outside. Nope, it's going to be Lyles hitting it across. And nobody's there as the set. Well, they were out of system. The attempted set was by Haleen Hernandez, and it just went to the left where she expected somebody to be, and there just wasn't anybody there. Falls to the floor. It's 15-12. If you're going to set and you're not the normal setter, a lot of times left is where you want to go because there's usually your best hitter on the left side, and unfortunately there just wasn't one there. Checking back in for Monroe's number 30, Addie Thornton. And that drops in, an ace. The Bombers thought it was deep. It was not. It's 15-14. Serving now is the aforementioned Hernandez, Haleen Hernandez. Thompson into the net and down. We're tied at 15. Another hitting error for the Bombers. Man, that was a low, hard serve. It's going to be a free ball if they get it across. They do. Sloan sent it there. Kokel, back set to Corzat. And it's down. That's 2 back row attack kills for Mallory Corzat here in set number 2, and she gives her team a 16-15 lead.
Corzat gets all fired up, and getting her team all fired up, that's something I always like to see here in high school sports.
Thompson now pushes it right into the net. Timeout coming, I would imagine, by the Bombers. Well, they're going to call subs and a timeout. So is a timeout on the floor charged to the Bombers. We'll tell you, this game being brought to you by King Family Chiropractic with locations in Bushnell and Macomb. They support Macomb athletics. They offer hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That's 837-6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals. That's King Chiropractic. So as we work through set number 2, Bombers lead 1-0, but it's a 2-point advantage now for the guests on the scoreboard, Monmouth-Roseville, as we continue through this second set, which has really been, in a large part, at least in the latter stages, dominated by the Titans, and especially Mallory Corzat, who has been dominant in the front row, but then she was also had 2 back row attacks here during this string that has got them back into the ball game. Hernandez's serve. Oh, man. That looked like a catch and throw on a set. And then Kokel just couldn't get there on the second touch, and nobody went to help her out, and it's a side out to the Bombers. And back to serve is going to be Clarissa Thompson. Lovell checks out during this service. She'll come back in just a moment, I do believe. And low, hard serve. Thornton went down to also get it. Neither player were able to do anything with it, and it's 17-17. We're now tied once again.
That's one of those serves I would have just let hit the ground. I wouldn't be going for it with the speed that was on it and how low it was.
Now Santos. Lyles are out of system. A bump set outside. Copen dug up in the back row by Corzat, and then Thornton and Kokel have some communications issues. Now Thornton's going to come out. Going back in is Zaylin Brent entering the contest as the Bombers retake a 1-point lead. Santos, nice pass to Kokel. Back row, Corzat again. This time it's dug by Elby. Outside it goes to Copen. Copen hits it deep. Corzat's there again, into the net. Oh, good job of digging that out by Kokel. It's going to be dug again in the back row by Elby. Now it's going to be Ladewa, dug up by Santos. Corzat from the back row. It is Elby. Lyles. Sloan pushes it deep. Santos there again. Kokel sets back this time. It's dug up. Now a bump set. As the Bombers were out of system, Santos comes up and into the net it goes. As she tried to, that was a really hard ball to pass, as it was right at inside the 10-foot line. She tried to get enough air under it to get it to Kokel to do something with it, but she got it too close to the net, and Kokel couldn't dig it out. Thompson serving it up again. Her team up by 2, and that one's way long, and it's a 1-point deficit for the Titans as they get the serve back now. Going back to serve for the Titans is going to be Elle Braun, the sophomore, with her team down by 1. Short serve. Ladewa came to get it. Corzat back in the front row, tips it across. And Lyles had to go into the net to dig that one out. She went under it and got into it. We're tied at 19. The attack on the far side was out of bounds either way, so. Braun serving it up again. Ladewa's there. Outside, Copen down and abuses a block and gets the kill. Off the block and out of bounds. The Bombers retake the lead, 20-19. Rector going back to serve now. Number 14, Kate Rector, the sophomore. With her team up by 1, she's at the service line. It was 26-24 Bombers in set number 1. Corzat off the block and down it goes. Level tried to adjust and get there, could not do it. Corzat gets another kill and ties the score at 20. Back to serve, and she'll be the setter now as Leslie Ragoza. Ragoza back to serve as she's waiting for the official to blow the whistle. She kind of had me looking for what everybody was looking at. Nice pass. Copen drives it down, dug up and overpass. Copen's there again, and that time mishits it. And it's a point for the Titans as they take the lead. Leslie Ragoza back to serve again. A little spin, a little toss, and a little hit. And it ate up Josie Elby, and it's 22-20. Sub coming in. Elby going to come out. Coming in for the Bombers is going to be number 13. Elana McFadden, the sophomore. Lyles outside Copen. Down and a kill as Braun couldn't quite get down far enough to dig it up. And it's 22-21. Hop in a live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We love to see that. The girls can, when they go back and watch it, can see who was cheering them on as well. Elby back in, McFadden out. Ladewa serving it up. Corzat, dug by Level. Tipped across and down. Another tip by the sophomore setter, Brooklyn Lyles. The sophomore gets another point. She's got 4 kills unofficially. And Ladewa back to serve it up again with we're tied at 22 now as we have went back and forth in this one. Deep serving in, an ace for Ladewa. And the Bombers retake the lead. Another timeout charged to Monrose. We'll take one as well. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Welcome back, 23-22. The scoreboard has not updated. Ladewa serving. Oh, tipped across. Ladewa goes down to get it. Lyles outside. It over the net and out of bounds. They're going to call it.
Not too sure what the delay was on the call from the officials.
Well, the problem was is they both went up and touched it, and the Titan player, I think, actually, and that's out of bounds. A service error, a huge one. A huge service error. As the Bombers now up 24. 23. Copeland's going to lift up an overpass. It's dug up. Middle. Thompson gets the kill, and the Bombers get the win. 25-23. And what was a fantastic matchup back and forth between Monrose and the Bombers. So 27-25 actually, and 25-23 the scores here for the JV contests. We'll take a break. You've been watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be back in just a bit. It'll be varsity action between these same two schools right after this. Make sure you come back in our next game stream.